Today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the crucial races tonight, the crucial primaries in Arizona, Kansas, Michigan, Missouri, and Washington. We're going to start off with the state of Arizona, of course, with its most competitive race being, right now speaking, surprisingly, the U.S. Senate Republican primary between Blake Masters, Jim Lamont, and Mark Brnovich, with the other two candidates receiving a very small portion of the vote. It was widely expected that Blake Masters will win by a margin of about 12 points, and Mark Brnovich come in second. Right now, however, Jim Lamont is actually getting 30% of the vote to Blake Masters' 34.5%. This race's difference is less than 4 percentage points. Looking at the county map, Blake Masters do pretty well upstate, while Jim Lamont doing very well downstate. Right now speaking, it really comes down to the final votes, the final 40% of the votes. Jim Lamont needs to win those votes by about a margin of 8.2%. I don't expect him to do that. I think Blake Masters, in the end of the day, should be able to win, but we'll have to see. And Pinal County, one of the crucial Republican senators in the state of Arizona, has reported exactly 0.0% of the vote, so we'll have to see on that. Right now, I still think Blake Masters has about a 90% chance of winning this primary and should be able to win a general. That being said, it's still very uncertain in the state of Arizona. While on the Democratic primary side, on the Senate level, of course, Mark Kelly uncontested, while Katie Hobbs is pretty much having a sweep. Well, in this race here, Karen Taylor Robinson and Kari Lake. This is actually very interesting right now. Kari Lake is down by 9% in the state of Arizona. I do not expect her to come back. Looking at the results here, Maricopa County is by far the most populated county in the state of Arizona right now. 64% in. Karen Taylor Robinson is up by 10% against Kari Lake. She should be able to win against Kari Lake right now. And again, Piedmont, a very similar result. Looks very good for the challenger for Kari Lake right now. Looking at the Republican primary in the Secretary of State, looks like a clear sweep for Mark Fincham. It doesn't look like he has any weaknesses. That being said, the vote totals are still pretty close. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. And for Democratic primary, again, it's a regional divide between Aaron Fortes and Reginald Boulding as well. And David Shorkanow looks set to win as well. He is currently leading by 10%. He is a very extreme Republican, so there are definitely challengers trying to take him out. He's likely going to still win. He has about a 95% chance according to my projections. That being said, this race is still quite interesting. Next, the state of Kansas, with as well these results: Derek Schmidt obviously winning the Democratic primary, and Laura Kelly obviously winning the Republican. Laura Kelly winning the Democratic primary, and Derek Schmidt winning the Republican primary. Well, for abortion, it looks like abortion rights has been stayed off in the state of Kansas, with 60% of people voting no, abortion rights should not be revoked. Obviously, Kansas is a Republican state, but they are not ready to get rid of abortion, with very conservative areas like Wichita voting no with 58% of the vote, while Trump would get about 57% in the area of Wichita. While for the Secretary of State right now, Scott Schwab is right now able to win re-election. Going to Michigan as well, Tudor Dixon definitely having a clean sweep in the governor race there. On the Republican primary, while Gretchen Whitmer is not facing any challengers. In the U.S. 3rd District Republican primary right now, Peter Midger is down by about 3%. It doesn't look very good for him. He was up in Kent County earlier on. Right now, however, John Gibbs looks like he is currently leading here by 0.2%. Oh, the votes just updated. You can see Peter Midger is down even more. It doesn't look great for the Republican incumbent. We'll have to see later on. It looks like the Republican challenger here is leading in all three counties, but by very low margins in all of them. Also, Michigan, I believe that is it. And also, I would say that Haley Stevens has defeated Andy Levin in the 11th district, while 13th district, a new seat a seat that is solidly Democratic. Right now, it does look like has a lot of candidates running on that one. Eric Schmidt able to win the state of Missouri. Eric Gretton's actually in third place right now, which is quite surprising. And Chufi Bush's Van Thiele defeats Lucas Coons in the state of Missouri as well. You can see Thiele getting a lot of the vote from Jackson and St. Louis as well as rural state, while Lucas Coons doing pretty well in this part of the state and St. Louis City, not the county, St. Louis City. So, yeah, looking at the results here, U.S. House, Mark Alford is able to win, Eric Bolson is able to win as well. So, first day of Washington, it's actually quite interesting. The race was very close earlier on. That being said, Patty Murray looks set to win this race. And basically, there's a bunch of candidates in this race. There is no Democratic or Republican primary. It's just an open primary. Looks pretty interesting. Patty Murray is actually up in Spokane County, where Spokane is by a margin of 4%. I do not expect that to hold, but this is a very interesting race right now. Even though Patty Murray is at 54% of the vote, even if he stays above 50%, obviously there will be a general election. But look at these results. Looks like Patty Murray is actually quite safe for the general election. And for the Ohio State Legislature, I don't really want to talk a lot about that race. In those races, I just don't want to talk about them. But for Washington Secretary of State elections, it looks like there might not even be a Republican on the ballot. The independent right now is currently leading the Republican, which could be a good thing if you are trying to get rid of Steve Hobbs. But doesn't look too good for Republicans there as well. But do keep in mind, this is Washington. This does not say anything about the general election. And for U.S. 3rd District primary, it looks quite interesting here. The Democrat is actually ahead, but the combined Republican vote is about 60%. To Democrats, about 40%. Actually, Democrats are under 40% right now. And for the 4th District right now, basically all of the candidates except one is a Republican. And the Republican is still leading, which is still quite interesting. So yeah, that is the state of Washington. In a summary, right now the most important state obviously is Arizona, and doesn't look very good for Trump when Kari Lake is down by 8.6%, and Blake Masters is only up by 4. The margin keeps getting tighter. So thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and bye.